Hey everybody, this is Brian Helming from BetweenTheLicks.com. I'm here to give you guys another free guitar lesson, and I'm going to apologize first off for taking so long to get back around to these lessons again. But I thought I'd make up for it. I put 2 lessons up this time, and I'm just really glad to be back and having time to work on this. Is what I love to do. So what we're going to talk about today is target notes. Target notes, especially in the blues, because target notes in the blues is really easy. There's only a couple chords that you have to worry about and only one scale you have to worry about. So that's why we're going to do that. And what are target notes, you might be thinking? Well, target notes are kind of what they sound. They're notes that you want to target. But what notes are we looking for? Well, the notes that we're going to look for in this example are the major thirds. The major thirds as the chord changes. And the unique thing about the major third in each of the chords in a blues progression is that they don't fall in the blues scale. So you have to step outside of that blues scale to get that. And let me give you a quick example of that. So we know what the blues scale is. It goes A, C, D, D flat, E, G, and then back to the A to finish it off. But if you're going to play an A7 chord or dominant seventh, we have 4 different notes in there. I'm sorry. It goes A, C sharp, E, and then G. So you see the difference right there. In the blues scale, we got the A, and in the dominant seventh chord, we've got that C sharp. So you get that little bit of tension, and that's what's great about the blues, is that that tension is always there, even if you don't mean it to be there, and it always resolves really nicely somewhere else within the blues scale. But you can do your own resolutions in each chord, and it's really simple. All you got to do is add an extra note to an end of a lick, or maybe just sneak that extra note into the lick. And the extra note that you want to do or use depends on which chord you're on. So, for an example, A7, you want to get that sharp C sharp, and on a D7, you want to get that F sharp, and then on the E, you want to get that G sharp. So there you got a little bit of a conflict there between notes that are in the scale and notes that are in the chord. So here's an example. Here's a quick lick for you. We're just going to use this little beginning lick, and we're just going to attach the target note to the end. So here we go. Right there. It didn't finish off. It was unfinished. So here's something you can do over like an A7 chord or the I chord. You go. Or. So just an example right there. You got that, which is the major third of the A7. So adding that in there gives a little bit of color. So here, let's run them all together. A couple examples here. All over the A7. And that last little bit I did was actually just kind of running off of the bar shape. It was going... And that's a great lick to use, and it employs that target note in there. It gets that major third in there, and actually contrasts it against the minor third. So you get a little bit of color there. Now that lick can be applied later on just to show you how it moves. Just that last note is the one you want to change. So let's go to the 4 chord of the D7 chord, and I just give that a shot. Same lick, but we're just going to change those last couple of notes in there. We're going to go. And you see how that kind of changed the tone. We're over that chord now. We're not over, we're over, and it goes like this. And that right there just kind of gives you a little bit of color. If the band dropped out and it was just you playing that little lick, it would feel right, because it just fits so perfectly in there, and the chord tones are right there, right at your fingertips. So that's a great example there. But you can even take it further. You can go, when you go up to the 5 chord, which is the E7 in this example, and it drops down to the D7 or the 4 chord, you get that same thing by just ending on a different note. And it kind of changes the phrasing a little bit because I don't have as many notes to move around between, so you might notice that, but listen to the notes that I play. Here we go. And that was a little cadence there. That went from an E7 to the D7 and back to the A7 again. So what that was doing was going from the 5 to the 4 back to the I chord again, the first chord. And what it does there is kind of give it a little bit of color, a little bit of movement. So you got this. And that lick and you get that little bit of color as you move from each one. And I really encourage you to go to the website and pick up these tabs, because the tabs will have each of those target notes in parentheses from a lick. And it's a great way to get into it. And this does not only pertain to the blues. You can do it in jazz, and in jazz it's a really big concept, and it gets really complicated because you have many chords. You got a dozen different chords, and they're all maybe different tonalities, and maybe you have more target notes. You don't have just the third, the major third, or the minor third. You can do the dominant seventh or the major seventh. You could do the ninth, maybe the sharp ninth, maybe the flat ninth. It just builds, and you can use all those to your advantage in a guitar solo. But blues, really easy to do, because once again, just one scale, and then contrast those against different chord tones. So there you go. There's something to work on. Go to the website. I really encourage you to check it out, and also grab a jam track and show me how you're doing with this kind of stuff. I really want to hear what it does for people. So I set up a forum, a thread in the forum that encourages people to just record their own track and do it the first time through with maybe just regular blues scale, and then add your target notes in there and see if you can get that color in there, and we can all give feedback and stuff. I'm really excited about this site. I really want to build it up, and you're more than welcome to come out and listen up and give me your opinion. So anyways, stick around. I hope to have more up, and you just take care, all right? Keep playing.